Let me ask you this question. If now I know like you've used the word libertarian a couple times and things like that. Would you describe yourself as a libertarian? Like your self-prescribed political kind of persuasion? Are you anarchist and cap and social? Like what would you say you ascribe to?
I have like my political politics, as I'll call, like when I actually participate in the political system, and then I have
Yeah.
my personal politics and like what my dream utopia would be. uh I don't really know what to describe. Like a lot of people have called it like panarchy, and there's like meta-archy, and there's all these weird, words for it. But I essentially like am some weird love child of, Bookchin and Spooner.
Okay.
Bookchin Bookchin being like, like a communalist Marxist, and
Yeah.
Lysander Spooner being Lysander Spooner.
Yeah.
So like I kind of pull from both of those. So like maybe like an anarcho mutualist or something like that. That's my like
Okay.
utopia. And then when it comes to actually participating in politics, I view the LP as like the better path towards that. So I did do armed security for Spike Cohen a couple times during his campaign. I voted for Joe Jorgensen. So like I would like, yeah. So electorally, I guess maybe you would call it, I am a libertarian, but personally, I'm definitely more of an anarchist. And there is definitely like a lot of hard critiques I have for like the LP and regular libertarians that they aren't in bad faith. I still love them. They're still my people, but there's definitely things I think we could do a lot better. So
Yeah. That is that's a very diplomatic way of putting that. I would say if I am comfortable with the label ANCAP, I'm good with that. I have no problem with like ANCOMs or ANSOCs or mutualists because I'm as long as it doesn't involve force. Like if it's voluntary association, like have fun. Like I really don't care.
Yeah, that's exactly my thing of like I want to like go to a music festival that's between a anarcho-capitalist like town and then like an anarcho-communist commune, and they're like right next to each other, and they just don't fucking bother each other. And if one person wants to leave, then he'll go to the other. And that's actually like why I love Bookchin so much, because Bookchin actually gave a speech at a Libertarian Party conference actually as a Marxist, and he was describing like, I wouldn't mind living under your what you describe as capitalism, which was essentially like anarcho-capitalism or like libertarian capitalism. He said like I wouldn't mind living under that at all. And in fact, if my Marxist anarchy turned authoritarian, I would go and join you and fight against my system to make it more free and more anarchist again. And that's how I feel now. Of like we do live under a corporatist system right now, so. Yeah. Me as as a more libertarian person, I will happily march with anarcho-communists and stuff like that to fight this corporatist system.
Yeah,
so that's kind of like that's where I'm at.
Yeah, no, that was I respect that. I think that opinion is because a lot of people want to. Again, they fall victim to the same thing. Like when they feel like they're being painted with a broad brush, they then in turn paint others with the same broad brush. And I don't know if it's probably defensive or something like that, but. Yeah, no, that is like I love that perspective. Like communalism, believe me, part of me wants to go live in a like you grew up kind of like in a communal upbringing, like an atmosphere, right?
Yeah. Obviously, like my family wasn't a part of it, but I lived next to the commune, and I would go to the commune all the time, and they were Wiccan, like lesbian, anarcho-communists. That's that's who I grew up with. So like from that to like doing armed security for Spike Cohen, that is my weird fucking character.
That's like, so like you want to talk about like the Overton window and stuff like that. Some people's political arc is like this, right? Like your political arc is like.
I've joked that I've essentially made like a giant like V from like growing up around anarcho-communists, then like becoming like a borderline tanky in college, and then shooting all the way down to like right-leaning anarchism, and then bouncing like even a little bit more left to like the weird like middle ground mutualist position I am. So.
Yeah. I appreciate that because there's nuance there, and it's like I think people like again it's just like the convenience and speed of being like are you red or blue, like that's what it is. It's like and to draw on a parallel, like I don't know if you like stand-up comedy. Did you ever listen to like George Carlin or anything?
I'm a giant Carlin fan.
Carlin's fantastic,
Carlin was
right?
perfect too, because Carlin Carlin was post-partisan. He was post-political.
He would crap on everyone.
Yeah, he was just literally like, everything is fucked, and if we don't solve these problems, and that's like the most important thing to me is people are unwilling to take out their own garbage on the either side. Like a lot of people in the shit lib left, as they're called, or like the blue MAGA, as the leftists I've known, like a lot of the more socialistic programs that we have in this country are broken. They can be fixed. They don't have to go away to make my libertarian self all happy, and they don't have to be abolished. But for them not to be abolished or go away, then you need to put energy into them to fix the problems within them. But they don't want to do it. They don't want to talk about the teachers' unions. They don't want to talk about problems with like Social Security and stuff like that. And then on the right, like we all know that there's big issues with policing, with the military complex, with, you know, a lot of the more conservative sacred cows, but they don't want to address those issues. And now we're all the way to abolish the police. And it's like, well, we don't have to abolish the police if you guys just actually cleaned up your own house. But through this culture war stuff, you're seeing like anti-government militias backing the cops, and you're seeing like left-wing activists cheering on the FBI. It's like, like, whoa.